In today's video, I'm talking about nutrition, and I'm going to give you a big superstar tip, especially for you guys who are a bit new to the game and just starting to think about eating well. What is up, party people? Frank Daniels here. Today I'm talking about nutrition. I got a big superstar tip for you guys who are just starting out and trying to become successful at this stuff. Before I do that, I got a free core training report, 9 of my best tips that'll help you get a rock solid midsection. You can download that by clicking this link right here. Mobile device users, head down below, click the first link in the description. Now, let's talk about nutrition and what it takes to actually get better at this stuff. And a lot of you guys are just starting out. Some of you guys know exactly what to do. I'm not talking to you today, I'm sorry. Unless you just want to watch the video for entertainment purposes, which I'm sure it's always entertaining. Probably not for you if you've been a bit more advanced, but for the rest of the population in the world who have been struggling with nutrition their entire lives, I'm going to give you a big superstar tip. And that tip is keep it as basic as possible, especially when you're just starting out. And for example, my own personal diet and nutrition is basic as can be. It's got the nuts and bolts. I'm not changing things up too often. I'm pretty much having the same stuff on a daily basis, if not kind of every other day. But for the most part, it's very similar. It fits me, it fits my lifestyle. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business. I run a couple businesses. I'm busy. I'm trying to be in shape. I'm trying to eat the right stuff. And it just takes too long for me to prepare too many things. So it's a lot easier for me in my particular lifestyle to be able to keep things as basic and straightforward as possible. I don't get bored. It doesn't throw me off. Once again, that's my kind of nutrition thing. I'll kind of preface this whole conversation by you need to do what works for you. But my strong recommendation for you guys when you're just starting out is to keep things as basic and straightforward as possible. So almost kind of think like, yeah, I'm going to eat the same stuff every day. Why would you do that? Because when you try to do too much variety at first, what it does is it just challenges you more than you need to be challenged when you're first starting out. So more variety means more things that you have to think of, more things that you have to do, more things that you have to prepare. And when you're just starting and you have to change all these like habits at one time, you're trying to change your whole lifestyle in one shot, doing that much of a variety in one time can be a lot, can throw you off, and it might send you spiraling backwards. So I have another video about the amount of habits that come into play when someone is trying to embark on a diet. I'll put a link to that video down below in the description. You can click on that, but basically there's just numerous habits that need to be changed when you start with a diet. This is very complex. What you want to do, if you're new, is simplify things down to the basics, the nuts and bolts. And the way I like to think about it is just like kids when they play Pop Warner football. We don't hit kids with all these complex ideas, strategies, of how to play football. We hit them with the basics, the blocking and the tackling. Same thing with your nutrition. You want to be able to hit the basics so you can layer in the more complex stuff later. So for example, we don't hit Little League kids or Pop Warner kids with the West Coast offense, which is played in the professional leagues and the college leagues. We don't hit them with all those things. We give them the basics first, and then we layer those skills as we go. And then later on, if they become professionals, now we can get more complex. Same thing with you, is you don't want to get complex or too complex too early. The more basic you keep it, the blocking and tackling of nutrition is going to make you more successful because you're building a base to where you're going to go later when you layer in more habits and more skills. That's the way I would approach it. So once again, as you guys move, I'm just gonna tell you that what works for you is the best thing. And because my certain style works for me, doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, but it's a really good strategy for people when they're just starting out because once again, you don't want complex. Complex can overwhelm you. The more simple, the more basic, okay, the nuts and bolts that you can keep it to start with means that you can create a greater level of success and build more skills and layer on more habits later on as you become more successful there. And as you start to kind of roll along, you'll figure out what works best for you. You can certainly become more elaborate, more complex as you go, create more variety. I can certainly understand people wanting more variety, but when you're just starting out, basic is probably going to be the best thing for you. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, I've got a free core training report. It's going to give you a bunch of tips on how you can target this area right here and get rock solid. You can download that by clicking this link right here. Mobile device users, head down below, click that first link in the description. If you really enjoyed the video, I'd love for you to head down below, like, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to this channel if you want to get these videos sent to you as soon as they come out. You want thumbs up. 2 of them. I made a video. I do it a lot. I'll put a link to that video down below in the description. I was going to say prescription. By the way, I'll put a link below so you guys can check out that video. But again, there's numerous habits going on. Why are they running that fucking thing right